Hello, my beautiful learners. Before us, we have question 8 under Mathematics Paper 2 for the year 2024 for internals. Now, before we proceed by answering our question, I want to remind you guys that I offer online classes for mathematics, science, biology, English, and civic education. And for now, I'm going to give you a simple promotion, and the promotion comes like this. I'm going to give you 1 week for free, so you can join my online classes for 1 week for free. Then after that, you'll be given a chance to make a choice whether you want to continue with us or maybe you need to start somewhere else. So for 1 week, you're not going to make any payments, so payments will be allowed after a week. And if you are interested, you can WhatsApp me on this number, so 0962 89 5804. Right, so we can now start with our question. The table shows the time in minutes taken by 8 learners to complete a task in a science experiment. We are given the table. The first one, the first row, we have given time in minutes. The second one, number of learners. So number of learners represents frequency, and we are told to calculate the standard deviation. Remember, standard deviation can be found in different ways, but we are going to use this formula. So we say SD is equal to square root. So we are going to have summation of f of x squared over summation of f minus mean squared. Now we need also to look at what each letter represents. So begin with the x with a bar. So this shows the mean. We are going to look at how we can come up with a mean. X without a bar represents the midpoint. So the midpoint is the number in between two numbers. For example, we are going to look at the midpoint between 0 and 2. So which number is between 0 and 2? That is the midpoint. And I'll show you how to come up with that number. F, this is the frequency. So the frequency from our table is where we have number of learners like 5, 15, 25, 20, 10, and 5. Then we also have this symbol. This is summation. So summation is you need to make some addition. Okay, so we are going to start with finding the midpoint. So midpoint is denoted by letter X. So let's begin with the first midpoint. So we have 0 plus 2 over 2. So you always divide by 2. So 0 plus 2 is 2 over 2. 2 into 2 is 1. So the midpoint for the first range is 1. You go to the second range. So the second range is 2 plus 4, which is giving us 6, divided by 2. We are going to have a 3 here. Then the second range is 4 plus 6 is 10, divided by 2. We are going to have a 5. 6 plus 8 is 14, divided by 2 will give us a 7. 8 plus 10 is 16, divided by 2. Not 16 but 18, divided by 2 is 9. 10 plus 12 is 22, divided by 2 here is 11. So that is how we are supposed to find the midpoint. So we can go to mean. Mean is given by this formula, summation of f of x. So we need to find the f of x. So we are going to get the midpoint multiplied by its frequency divided by summation of frequency. We can now start. So we'll say frequency times the first midpoint is 1 plus frequency times 3, frequency times 5, frequency times 7, frequency multiplied by 9, frequency by 11, then everything divided by total frequency. So the total frequency is 5 plus 15 plus 25 plus 20 plus 10 plus 5. Now I'm going to substitute f with the frequency. So the first frequency is 5. So 5 times 1 plus the second one is 15 times 3 plus 25 times 5 plus 20 times 7 plus 10 times 9 plus 5 times 11 divided by the total. So 5 plus 15 is 20 plus 25 45 plus 20 65 plus 10 75 plus 5. So the total frequency is 80. So 5 times 1 is 5 plus 15 by 3 is 45 plus 25 times 5 is 125, then 20 times 7 is 140, 10 times 9 is 90 plus 55 over 80. So we can add the numbers on top. 5 plus 45 plus 125 plus 140 plus 90 plus 55. So I'm getting 460. So make sure you are careful because a simple mistake can be costly. So you divide now 460 divided by 80. So according to my calculations, I'm getting 5.75 as my mean. So this is my mean. So when we are done with mean, if we go back to the formula, we need to find this expression here. So we have an expression like summation of f of x squared over summation of f is equal to, so here we are going to say frequency. So the difference between this and the mean is that this time the midpoint is squared. So f times 1 squared plus f times 3 squared plus f times 5 squared. So we have 7 squared. Here we are going to have 9 squared. Then 11 squared over the denominator is the same. So it's the total frequency, which is still 80. So 1 squared is 1, 3 squared is 9, 5 squared is 25, 7 squared is 49, 9 squared is 81, 11 squared is 121 over the same number 80. So we have the frequency is 5, so 5 times 1 plus 15 times 9 plus 25 times 25 plus 20 times 49 plus 10 times 81 plus 5 times 121 everything divided by 80. So 5 times 1 is 5 plus 15 times 9 is 135 plus 25 times 25 is 625 plus 49 times 20 is 980. 81 times 10, that is 810. 121 times 5, 605 over 80. We can add, so we have 5 plus 135 plus 625 plus 980 plus 810 plus 605. So my calculations are giving me 3160 over 80. So divided by 80, and my final answer is 39. So we have 39.5. So we can now go back to our formula. So the formula is standard deviation is equal to the square root of summation of f of x squared over f minus mean squared. So here we found the answer is this one. So square root of 39.5 minus mean. What was our mean? So the mean gave us 5.75. So 5.75 squared. So I'm getting 33.0625. Then we can say square root of 39.5 minus 33.0625. So if we subtract 33.0625 from 39.5, I'm getting 6.4375. Then square root of this number, I'm getting 2.53, which is just 4. This is our standard deviation. So provided that I didn't make any mistake in my calculations, then this is correct. So you can just confirm your answers with mine in the comment section below. Okay, so we can now go to question B. So we are told answer this part of the question paper on a sheet of graph paper. So use the table above, copy and complete the cumulative frequency table below. So this table, this cumulative frequency table, must be on your graph paper. So now how do you complete? So to complete, we just need to fill up these few boxes here. So now how is this done? So you look at the first number, frequency. So it's 5 plus 0 to get the second number. So 5 plus 0 is this 5 here. Then you move on to the next one. So this will be 5 plus 15 is 20. 20 plus 25 is 45. 45 plus 20 is 65. 65 plus 10 is 75. 75 plus 5 is 80. So this is how you are supposed to fill in for a given space. Now we can go to question Roman number 2. Using a scale of 2 centimeters, so 2 centimeters, a box on your graph paper to represent 2 units on the x-axis. So for x-axis, it will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 up to the last number. So you are adding a 2 for each box. Then we are also given the range, so you need to make sure that the lowest number should be 0, the highest number should be 12 in the x-axis. And 2 centimeters represent 10 units on the y-axis. So 10, it means 0, 10, 20. So we are adding a 10 for each box. Then the range is from 0 up to 80. So now let's see how we can come up with this answer. Okay, so we can now look at the graph. So I'm just going to come up with my a graph, but in actual sense we are supposed to use the graph paper that will be given during your examinations. So we have a vertical line. So the vertical line represents the y-axis. Then the horizontal line represents the x-axis. So we have x, we have our y. So 0. Then if you remember, we are told 2 centimeters represents 2 units on the x-axis, and for x-axis we are given 0 up to 12. So we can say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If I want, I can also end up to 14. The key point is we've reached 12. Then for y-axis it's 0 up to 80. So we'll say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we have the graph as we can see. Now let's look at the first pair of coordinates. So the first pair of coordinates is 0, 0. So 0, 0 is here. You start from here. So the second one is 5,2. So 5,2. So 5,2. So 2 is in the x-axis. So 5 is somewhere here. So 5,2 is somewhere here. It's half of this point here. But for the actual graph paper, you just have to count the smaller, those small boxes. You just have to count up to 5. So the second one is 4,20. So 4,20 is somewhere here. So 4,20 is somewhere here. Then we have 6,45. So 6,45 is somewhere here. Then we have 8,65. So 8,65 somewhere here. Then 10,75. So 10,75 somewhere here. Then the last one is 12, so 12,80. So 12,80 is somewhere here. So this is how our graph must look like. So as we can see, I've tried my level best to use what I have, but make sure you use the graph paper so that you get something that is accurate. So we have the last question. Showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate the same interquartile range. So semi interquartile range is given by this formula. So IQR is equal to quartile 3 minus quartile 1 divided by 2. So we need to find quartile 3. So quartile 3 is upper quartile, Q3, is equal to 3 divided by 4 times cumulative frequency, which is 3 divided by 4 times cumulative frequency is the last number in the y-axis, the highest number where the graph is reaching, so that is 80. So you multiply by 80. So you say 80 times 3 to 40 divided by 4, I'm getting 60. So 60 is what I'm getting from this calculation. So you are supposed to now go in the y-axis and you look at where 60 is. So 60 is here. So you draw a dotted line until you reach your curve. Then so for you people with the one that are using the actual graph paper, so the number somewhere here is your final answer. So if this is so this here is 7, so let's just say 7.4. So this is our upper quartile, quartile 3. I'm getting 7.4. Let's go to quartile 1. So quartile 1 is 1 over 4 times cumulative frequency. 1 over 4 times cumulative frequency is still 80. So this will give us 20. So you go in the y-axis where 20 is, you do the same. So you can see that I'm getting 4 and 20. So my final answer is 4. So I'll say Q1 is equal to 4. So to now proceed with our semi, IQR is equal to upper quartile is 7.4 minus 4 over 2. 7.4 minus 4 is 3.4 divided by 2 is 1.7. So this is 1.7. Now, I'm not saying my 1.7 is the most accurate. No, this question depends on how accurate your graph is. So the answers may differ, maybe point something. So that doesn't make it wrong. So as you can see, it's simple. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.